Anyway, before we do anything, I'm gonna do a little trick I learned recently. Apparently, if you enter the Konami code, so up, down, okay. So what is it? Up, down, left, right. Okay. Up, down, left, right.
Metal Gear Rising. Revengeance.
So you just say that otherwise. So we definitely got sound. So Dash, can you tell me a few things? Can you see the computer mouse on stream? And is the game too loud? That's what I need to figure out. I'm loath to do this, but I'm gonna bump down music and sound effects just slightly. You can see the mouse. Okay, that's not great. Okay. That's strange, because like it shouldn't be there. I thought OBS was set up so that it wouldn't capture the mouse. Maybe there's a setting for that. No. General output. Video. Advanced. I'm sorry about this. I do want to deal with this because the game has a problem where it makes the mouse appear during cutscenes in the center of the screen, and it's annoying. OBS. Cursor. Okay. So it should be... Alright, I think I know where it is. So under video source, game capture is capture cursor. There we go. Turn that off. And there, perfect. You guys should not be able to see the mouse anymore. Right. Thank Christ, because I'm going to have to deal with that, where the mouse will just refuse not to keep showing up. Alright, so we're going for story, new game. No, we don't want to do that. No, we want to select chapter and just select chapter 1. But in the end, it just has to be this way. We've just got to deal with that fucking mouse. Alright, so file 0. So for this, I realized that like actually unlocking everything myself was going to take fucking forever. This game's upgrades, there's too many and they're really expensive. You'd have to beat the game like 6 times to get everything. So instead, I just downloaded a completed save file that just has everything unlocked. That way we can access all the higher difficulties and we don't have to worry about like the upgrades and stuff. It's also why everything is D rank, because they intentionally set it to the lowest rank possible for everything, just so that you wouldn't have a hard time doing it yourself. Anyway. File 0, and we're setting it to very hard. Not Revengeance difficulty, because fuck that shit. Okay, Henry, you know how in the healing items, if you have them selected, they get used automatically when you hit 0 health? Revengeance difficulty is the only one where that matters, because enemies can do 150% of your life. In a game where you max out at 200% with all the upgrades. And I'm not talking bosses, I mean regular enemies. Don't get hit. I'm gonna try. That is pretty much the secret, Dash, to Revengeance difficulty, is just don't get hit. on a difficulty mode where enemies are extremely aggressive and they throw late game enemies into the first few
Sign
fights.
of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people. And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Your team deserves credit as well, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists.
I was gonna say
in days of war.
I was gonna say, man, Raiden's hair looks really plasticky and fake, and I'm like, it probably
Perhaps I
is
was wrong
plastic
about
and
these
fake.
Private military companies.
I'm not sure how much of his body.
Security provider, sir.
I'm not sure how much of his body is still human.
Contracts do focus on security.
I know his lower jaw is not.
Yes, well, the security.
So funny you
can
mentioned that,
do
Chibi.
things.
That's because this is a pre-rendered cutscene. The actual in-game graphics look better than this
There's a
now.
saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking a life, others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
We
A soldier and a philosopher. You are full of surprises, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
That is also
I can say
not the
same
samurai
about
philosophy.
you,
That's
Mr.
total
Prime
bollocks.
Minister.
That's nuclear deterrence theory, right?
What is happening?
Someone's blocking the lead vehicle. Hold on.
Okay, Henry, to be fair, he was given that. In Metal Gear Solid 2, Olga gave him it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable.
I said clear the road! We're authorized to use force if you do!
Fuck. It's not the same high frequency blade, no. The one that he has in 2, I think is based on the Cyborg Ninja from 1. So it would be the Fox blade, which is in this game, but the one he uses normally is new. I don't think it's even the same sword that he had in 4. Like he's had a few.
Open fire! Who was that?
A cyborg.
One of our competitors?
Courtney, what is happening?
We got hit, sir. A cyborg.
Who's?
XF comes up unaffiliated.
I'll notify all checkpoints. Get on money out of there.
Yes, sir.
We are going to die.
Stay calm.
Yeah, one thing that's definitely not aged well about these cutscenes, these ones specifically, is they're doing like a weird details thing for the Africa sections, and it makes everything look super blurry.
On our 12.
Raiden,
I'm on it. Guard the Prime Minister.
Yeah, show off those stilettos. So for those not familiar, this is his Metal Gear Solid 4 body. Or it's slightly altered, but it's more or less the same.
Let's get this over with.
Other eye patches in Metal Gear.
take out those hostiles.
Okay, so Moment of truth. FPS, can you reach 60? I turned force fix on. Are you actually working? Oh shit, there's a fucking Gecko unit right there.
Raiden, you'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to
Okay,
match the situation.
the force fix is not working. So originally the game was made by like his junior team, who were like, hey, you guys, I've been involved in every single Metal Gear project. You need to fucking do something yourself for once, because I want out of this franchise. I've wanted out of it for like 4 games now. And so he's like, hey, you do this. And they tried for ages and it didn't work. And then he quietly cancelled it. And then later he had like lunch with like the guy who's in, like the head of Platinum, I forget his name. But he's like, can you fix this? Can you make this work? And they brought them in and then they collaborated on it. And a lot of people think it's like mostly Platinum, but like most of the Metal Gear staff in that junior team still did it. Hideki Kamiya, yes. Yeah, most of the junior staff and like a lot of the writers from Metal Gear were still involved. It is working now. It is at 60 FPS. Perfect.
Raiden, you'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes
Alright,
to
charge
match the
me, fucker.
situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own
No?
supply.
Come on. I want, oh, 69 health. Nice. I mean, not nice. I'm dying. Come on, charge this, charge.
Where are you going? Stay on your targets.
Oh, I want the move so bad. Here it is. Oh, it doesn't give you the prompts. Okay, normally it would give you the kill prompt for the execution. Oh, fuck. So I'm realizing what's wrong. During the prologue, you have none of your moves. Like, nothing you've unlocked. I'm like trying to do draw, I'm trying to do air parries, I'm trying to do fucking, the like, impact move.
What is going on? Raiden,
And I'm
answer
dead.
me. Raiden, give me.
Oh boy. Chibi, you asked me if I could handle very hard mode.
Take out those hostiles.
Now I'm suddenly not sure.
Raiden, you'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your
Okay,
own
I don't know
supply.
how that worked, but it worked. For some reason that counted as a sneak attack or something. And I need to stop doing air combos because I don't have air parry. Okay, maybe this will do it. Nope, still no kill prompt. Yeah, I've got like no offensive abilities whatsoever. I need to get that health upgrade.
What happened? What is going
Holy
on?
shit.
Raiden, answer me. Raiden, give me.
Oh my god. I've got
Pick up
no
those
fucking
hostiles.
abilities right now. Okay, they're easy enough. It's this guy's problem.
Raiden, you'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own supply.
Okay, when it gets its foot stuck in the ground, this is what lets you do this move.
The limo
Okay.
is in trouble. Get back there, ASAP. I'll add the limo to your solid down radar.
Yeah, so let's forget these guys. Oh shit, Blade Wolves. There is Blade Wolves in the first fucking area. So I never knew that the game did that. I remember that was a thing in the Korra game, where higher difficulties completely remixed all of the enemy encounters to have stronger enemies early on. So once I'm out of the first... Yeah, pretty much. Once I'm out of the first chapter area, I should be fine. Like, once that, because that's when you actually get access to all of the upgrades that you've bought. Man, I would love to know how the fuck this came to be. Like, I kind of know, because, like cyborg technology was going in that direction, but this is only 3 years after Metal Gear Solid 4. And Raiden was the only cyborg during that game. Like, you had stuff like SOP, where, like, people were, like, being in, like,
Jack.
adjusted from the
What do you
inside
want
using
with the
nanomachines
Prime
to make them
Minister?
stronger and
I want
smarter.
him dead.
But, like, there were
Nothing
no other
personal, of
cyborgs.
course. Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful. What? Business ain't been the same since they shut down SOP. A clean break from the war economy. Huh. Well, some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
This is your answer? Don't do it!
Don't worry now. I won't. Not while he's still useful.
But you do
So
you do
long.
kill him in like 5 minutes time. What was? I'm actually really unsure about most of this game's plots because like I don't know what the fuck the villains are trying to achieve at any given time.
What? They have a
Are they
missile
only
here?
2 years apart?
Raiden,
You might be
pick up
right.
the UMG and get after it. Catch that missile before it blows. Use your ninja run to deflect those.
Well, no. MGS1 is 2005, Tanker is 2007, and then Big Shell is 2009, because there's a 2-year skip during that game.
Shots.
Oh, yeah, camera's freaking out. So the only mod that I'm running for this is a camera mod that makes it less aggressive about trying to stay centered, and it also zooms out a little further. So it's kind of like a Devil May Cry style mod. That's how it's described. It was like, this is a Devil May Cry style camera.
Damage its armor.
Yeah, Rear was like mass produced in MGS2. There was 25 of them there. Okay, so I want to try something. Because there's an achievement for doing something that I didn't know was possible. I don't know about a sword, but you can cut its tail. If I can manage it. Stop running away from me, you bastard. Okay, that's actually really annoying. How do you do that? This might not be a good idea on this difficulty. Say, damn it. But I can parry that. Alright, let's bring down one of the legs. Stop moving around so much.
Use the ninja ram to dodge that plasma.
There we go. 12 leg damage. Maybe that'll stop me moving around so much. Probably not. Alright, one more strike at the tail. Fucking stop it, you bastard. Okay, I give up. I'm not going to do the tail. Not on this difficulty. It is very clearly not working.
Delay, Strider. Go for delay. What happened?
Oh,
What is going on?
I stopped paying attention to adjust my earphones.
Strider!
Fucking hell. I cannot wait to get out of this goddamn chapter.
They have a metal shield? Shield? Strider, take out that UMG and get after it. Catch that missile before it blows. Use your ninja ram to deflect those shots. Use blade mode to damage its armor.
MGE3? Don't get hit by the
They
plasma.
swapped out the hydraulic cutter for a plasma cannon. Use the ninja ram to dodge that plasma.
Yeah, I heard the camera mods can do weird things during the boss fights. Especially if the enemy looks bigger than you. Wrong leg. Get the one that's not sparking. God. Really need a health pick up right now. Oh, okay. The only way to get health in this fight is from missiles. You cut them open, they drop them. Oh shit. Oh. Come on. Do your air attack.
Delay, Strider. Go for delay.
I am trying, Boris. Normally the fight would be over at this point.
Now, Raiden, bring it down.
Okay, here we go.
Stop that blade. Yes! Blade is wide open.
Okay. I have learned to just think of Rhea as a joke. I know, the joke is obvious.
For a show. Very good. But do not
Yeah,
rest
no, it
easy
doesn't.
just yet, huh?
I have learned to just think of Rhea as a joke on normal difficulty, so holy
He's on the other
fuck.
side of that collapsed
That
building.
was
Go.
bullshit. That was some nonsense. Just the fact that I can't heal myself right now, like I have no items, is...
Careful,
Boy,
Raiden.
am I
Keep
not
that up and the
prepared.
whole
I,
building
this
could
this
collapse.
chapter might end
Look
up
for
being the
another
hardest
way.
in the game, just because of the lack of upgrades.
There, get it. Use your ninja van to move over obstacles automatically.
Yeah,
Do
but
not let him
still,
out of your
it's like,
sight.
holy
You must
fuck.
catch it.
I was not expecting that. We're not done yet, though.
That damn Eugene. It still works?
I'm half expecting it to pull out new patterns. Okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid that.
Raiden, respond. Raiden! Raiden!
Do I jump over it? Okay. Doesn't seem like Ninja Run was going to trigger.
That damn Eugene. It still works?
Okay. Don't Ninja Run, just do a regular jump. There we go. You get more verticality when you do a regular jump.
Use blade mode to take down those heavy missiles.
Okay. Missiles.
Finish that bastard off!
I'm curious, Dash. Other than the memes, have you never seen this game before? You've only seen the memes. Oh man, you are in hot time. This game's a fucking roller coaster from start to end.
Raiden, respond! Raiden!
Okay, there is way more missiles than there are on the normal difficulties. This is a bullet hell now.
What is going
Fucking
on?
hell. Okay.
Raiden, answer me! Raiden!
Oh, Snake's dead for sure by the time of this game, Dash. He had like a year at best, 3 years ago. He is for sure gone by now.
What happened? What is going on?
Okay.
Raiden, answer me!
I've got to veer on the right there and avoid those missiles. I'll probably have to jump over them. Too stubborn to die. Turns out it was the cigarettes killing them all along. It's a good thing he's quit. Okay, that's this chapter pretty much done. It occurs to me it's actually really short. It's pretty much just the two. It's the one regular fight and the two rear boss fights. Everything after this doesn't really count. It's more fun.
The hell?
Also, those are straight up regular soldiers from MGS4. Like, they have the same uniform. It's really, I think it might literally be the same character points.
He's headed for the front of the train. After him.
Alright, this is the part where we're like, what the fuck was the villain's
your
plan?
way. Keep an eye out for it.
We're not gonna kill him because he's still youthful. Alright, so what are you gonna have him do?
Prime Minister!
Huh. Too little too late, hero. I won't be needing my little shield here any longer.
What did you need him for to begin with?
Stop!
What about all the good things war has done for us? Why don't we ever hear speeches about that? Jobs, technology, a common purpose?
Raiden, forget me. Stop him.
You ain't listening.
I don't know this character's name. and I'd like to believe, because it's Metal Gear, that his name is literally Prime Minister.
Mind if I cut in? All we're saying, give war a chance! No!
He's on a contract. He's probably fine.
Out of my way! He's all yours, Sam! Let's go. Don't be shy.
I would like to introduce you, Dash, to the game's version.
Mightier than the pen after all.
I blocked that and I still did damage.
This will be impressive.
69 again.
Self-taught. And not half bad. Still. Your technique lacks something.
Oh, I just noticed the sword is different. Okay, so this sword right now is his Metal Gear Solid 4 sword. But it's not the one he'll be using for the rest of the game.
Now I see. You deny your weapon its purpose. It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back. No.
My sword is a tool
And
of
his
justice.
eyes are one of the few things that are still real. So that really helped. Yep. That's fine. It was already a fake arm.
Shit, not again.
For those who did not play Metal Gear Solid 4, Raiden lost both of his arms
Are you
during
all
that
right?
game.
You're almost clear of the tunnel. Just hang on.
Oh, did you want to practice first? Gotta try harder than that. Oh, did you want to practice first?
Yeah, it is fake. Is it fake blood? I guess it would be. It used to be.
What happens
It
when
used
you
to be
bring a
white
tool
blood,
to a sword fight?
but now it's red. I guess they got better fake blood. Man, Cyborgs kind of sucked during MGS4's time. Like he couldn't like do his own dialysis. Needed to get a machine for it. It was all good. missile.
Down you go! Flares!
Never expected that. I need the fuck. That tech we've had for a long fucking time now. Boris, that's a fucking VTOL. Like, that's the least surprising part of its arsenal. How many times did I die? Does it see it? Should be... This continues. I don't see it. I think it might be at the end of the thing. Yeah, that probably would have been... Oh, never mind. An achievement popped up, but it was for something else. It was a Stinger missile, which is apparently still in use more than a decade later. I don't know if Stingers are real. Like, Metal Gear, most of its weapons are based on real ones, but they have to change the name. You know, gun licensing rules. And they're called Stinger missiles. Cool.
How is it, Ryder?
So far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic nerve. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiko?
Doctor,
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left
Damn,
hands,
that
if you
edge.
please.
You're gonna need it to slice through those cyborgs.
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Had the wall come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
3 mics out, closing.
No activity at the airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brainjacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime.
Interesting. So this is a fake country, obviously.
Andrei
But
Dulce,
if what I
leader of the
remember it,
occupation
it's a
forces,
country
an
next to
extreme
Russia
link to both
that has
the
a
St.
long
Petersburg
troubled
massacre
history
of
with Russia.
2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Uh-huh.
Bonnie's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could
Whoops.
destabilize the entire region. But our more
Accidentally
immediate
predicted the
problem
future again.
is Jetstream Saint. Believe you, man.
The only problem I see is that nickname.
I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Yeah, so he has a completely new hook sword. Actually, I don't even know if the MGS4 sword is available. Like, the model for it exists, you use it during the prologue, but I don't know if you can select it amongst all the weapons that or not. Even the pre-rendered cutscenes, this still looks fantastic. This is nearly a decade old.
Raiden, you landed safely, da? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on Codec.
I wonder if that was on purpose, because that looked like a Raiden rocket, a Raiden plane. Anyway, so got my new body. I am now much stronger. Dash, we have Codec. That is a thing they kept in this game. Wish they'd kept it in MGS5.
Control, it's Raiden. I'm on the ground.
Copy, Raiden. Glad to hear it. Entering on foot was the right move. That craft isn't equipped with stealth camo. Or octo camo, obviously, since that would be useless in midair.
And we wouldn't want to get your pricey new jet damaged, now would we?
Duh. The MQ-133C was not cheap, Tovarich. Now, keep alert. According to intel, you could find significant cyborg deployment here. If you were to be cornered by an entire squad, it might get difficult, even for you.
Understood. Some fighting will be necessary, though. I've got electrolytes to replenish.
This is not an infiltration mission. There is no need to hide or avoid combat outright, huh? Just do not get reckless.
This is
stay safe
not
and stay
stealth mission.
focused on your mission.
Get I was literally thinking that earlier when I didn't make the joke. It's like, so could you just sustain yourself on energy drinks? You know, for the electrolytes?
Raiden,
Dr. Ho.
shall we review the capabilities of your new body?
Copy that. Go ahead, Doc.
As we
Disable
discussed,
my Boo-Womp
you've been
inhibitors.
outfitted with two revolutionary new abilities.
Fuel electrolyte absorption and self-repair from C's nanopaste.
Precisely. First, electrolyte absorption. This is simplicity itself. As your HF blade is linked directly to your fuel cells, simply cut into any source of electrolytes. Say, a hostile cyborg made up of CNT muscle fiber. And your fuel cells will recharge on their own. Rather elegant, wouldn't you say?
I would indeed. It's been great so far.
But the repair process is a bit more involved. A bit more messy, you might say. Most military cyborg models store a cache of biotic self-repair nanopaste in their lower abdomen.
So I need to slice them open and use Zandatsu to extract it. Cut and take, in other words.
Correct. Once extracted, you need only to crush this unit in your hand to absorb the repairing agent inside. Keep in mind, it is extremely delicate. If the unit should hit the ground, some paste will surely leak out. It will still repair your body, but less so than if you can retrieve it directly before your foe falls over.
Basically, harvest their organs before their body can even hit the ground.
Rather gruesome, I realize. But then you Americans enjoy a bit of gore, don't you?
I may be a citizen, but I've never really thought of myself as American.
Oh? Well, yes, I suppose I could understand that given your
I forget
history.
where Raiden's even
But
from.
what then?
I think he's African.
Surely you don't identify as
Oh, he's
a
Liberian.
I don't identify with anyone. No nation. No ethnic group. I'm my own man. Anyway, I seem to recall those gory torture porn movies were pretty popular in Germany, too.
Indeed, indeed. These splatter films are big in
Why are we
Germany,
discussing
Russia,
movies now?
Japan,
Goddamn.
Everywhere. Well, everywhere except regions afflicted by actual warfare. It all has to do with taming our fears, you know?
Huh?
The desire to feel fear, to taste death, but from a safe distance. These films allow the viewer to delude themselves into thinking they have overcome their fears.
Oh, Chibi, are you still here?
Okay,
Because
okay,
you're in the
I got
game, by the way.
gist. Let's save the full psych lecture for some other time, though, huh?
You're right here. There you are. And you are a ninja. This cat is my greatest foe. Utterly untouchable. Alright, so nothing along here. I never look over this corner. Yeah, that will do. So let's check my weapons real quick. I've got my mean HF blade. I've got the enemy's machete, which is good for putting through armor. The fox blade, which I think is what he was using in Metal Gear Solid 2, but it's explicitly meant to be Greer Fox's sword from MGS1. We've got Sam's sword. We've got the wooden sword, which can allow you to knock enemies out if you want to get the no-kill bonus. The armor breaker, which I've never used before. I don't know how I cut that tree behind me from that distance. Alright, so stun baton. HF longsword. What's this? There's another one where it's just like, I've never seen this before. Anyway, yeah, go back to the standard. So, we've got a bunch more moves now. I can, well, you can't parry if there's no enemies, but I can parry in the air. I can do a shockwave. One. I've got a stinger. Launcher. That's a second launcher. The draw ability, 2 levels of charge. And hold on. I believe it's no, it's 3 strikes. 1, 2, 3. Go. So yeah, got all the moves now. I should be fine. This is going to be totally fine.
The bastards are using stealth camo to ambush you. Nice try, but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you, eh? To parry incoming hits, throw out your own barrage of light attacks while your foe is on the offensive.
3 in 1 go.
Right. Whenever you engage in battle, I will designate a battle area for you. Stay within the area to avoid collateral damage.
So this is an enemy you normally wouldn't see until like the second chapter. Alright, he can't grab me anymore. One hand. All he can, actually. Still alive. Nope, he's dead. Enemies can stay alive even after you cut off all their limbs, and they just disappear from the screen if you look away from them long enough. It's one of the ways you can get the no-kill bonus if you don't have like the stun baton or the wooden sword.
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts.
PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah. They still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge
Man,
on
you
the
know what's
market.
crazy? We had this conflict and all these buildings got destroyed, but there were no casualties. Not a single one. Bodies everywhere, but no casualties.
Less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden.
Even for you. Anyway,
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Like, that is his big revelation in MGS2. Is like, oh, I'm not some green, I'm not some wet behind the ears like rookie. I've killed a lot of people and I enjoy it. Bam. Alright.
Raiden, this is Boris. Give me your status.
Looks clear. No one in sight.
Good. Let's recap the route you will take. As I said, the enemy's HQ is in the refinery along the coastline. Dolzaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a Desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
Anything behind here? No. So the main reason I'm going to be opening up item boxes is mainly just to keep my like health item stuff restocked, because I'm going to need it. BP is kind of useless now. I forget if there was ever a reason to do this, but... like, it's a destructible object. They knew people would do that, but it still, like, falls as though it's near weightless. It's very funny to me. Physics are hard.
Hostiles in the lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind.
So, stealth is definitely not a priority in this game, Dash, but it's there.
Excellent, Raiden.